Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to my channel. Victoria here, Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your love reading for mid-September through to the end of October 2023. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. Always grateful for every single one of you. So this reading is for those of you who are currently in a romantic partnership of some kind, whether you're together with your person, living with your person, married to your person, whether it's a new relationship or one that's been around for a while. This is your reading. If you are single and looking for new love, check out the singles readings that I already have posted for you guys. We've got a lot of interesting things coming up between now and the end of October. We've got the full moon in Aries on September 29th. This might be quite the fiery one because we do have a challenging aspect between Venus and Uranus. Venus, of course, is our planet of love and abundance. Uranus is our planet of rebelliousness and change. So a little bit of chaotic energy there. So this might be where, there's some rebellious energy. And this might be a breakout or a breakthrough for you in this. Okay, it could be a little bit more challenging than that. But we do have this energy where we may start over, we might wipe the slate clean, okay, or get closure to some issues that have been bothering us and that have needed to be addressed in our relationship. Eclipse season is coming up here in October. New moon eclipse in Libra. Some of you might have some luck in love. Some of you may have a relationship reset. So kind of like that Aries energy there with that full moon at the end of the month, where we're restoring the status quo. We're more focused on our relationships in the next month or so, as we are in Libra season, right? Restoring balance and harmony, making sure that everyone has an equal level of responsibility. Everyone's pulling their own fair share of the weight in a relationship, that kind of thing. And if you can't resolve a one-sided relationship, yes, you could possibly be letting something go. All right. So we may have some power struggles for some of you. Okay. But it can be a really great time to have a relationship detox, if you will. Full moon eclipse in Taurus, 28th, 29th of October. And this is, this is where things might really kind of shake up a little bit there. Full moons are about completing a cycle. Some of you may have something coming to fruition for you that you've previously manifested into your life, but you might get some surprises. Basically, eclipses do bring a little bit of chaos, right? And they kind of bring in some uncertainties, but they can bring about shocking change and surprises to us as well. So a little bit of ups and downs. All right. But we do have the yin energy coming in here for you. And this is the divine feminine of being open, being receptive. It's a very calm, peaceful energy. This is where we may find forgiveness in our hearts. This is where we may be opening our heart a little bit more to love. Okay. If we have to make a decision, we're going internal. We're trusting our intuition, and we are willing to hear someone out, to hear what someone has to say. But in this energy, there's love, there's openness, there's receptivity, there's calm, there's peace, there's healing, beautiful feminine energy all around, a lot gentler than what we've been going through throughout the summer, because we've had Venus retrograde from the latter part of July all the way up till September 3rd. So now you may feel that things are settling down a little bit, or maybe you've gained some clarity and insight into what you want out of your relationship, what needs to change, or what needs to go. And that's important because we do have never-ending story. And the never-ending story is really about those patterns, those cycles, those behaviors, those things that occur internally and externally. And it feels as though nothing, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So some of you may be in this little introspective kind of energy, which is actually very much in alignment with our planets, because we do have quite a few in retrograde. And when we have retrograde, we reflect, renew, refocus, revive sometimes here as well, right? But it does bring us this planetary support of stepping back, taking that step back to assess our situation. What do we keep repeating over and over and over again, expecting a different result? What patterns do we need to break? right? And, sometimes this might be some fear. Sometimes it might be old arguments that, you know what, we need to just bring them out in the open, deal with them once and for all, and move on, right? And in this particular card, there's something here under this table, and it's like a little bit hidden. So it's an important time here to really open the lines of communication, and to talk about stuff, right? And eclipses are a perfect time for cleansing and purging. We also have To Be Fair, which is very much Libran energy, and it does actually, it's card number 38, so it breaks down into an 11, and in some decks that is Libran energy with the Justice card. So To Be Fair, this is where we're open and receptive. We get things back on track. We restore balance and harmony in a relationship. And if we do need to make any important decisions, we're not making a biased decision. We're weighing up our options equally. We're considering our point of view plus someone else's point of view. And this gives us a little bit more of an impartial energy that we are making some decisions or talking through some things, because we're using our wisdom to do that. The yin energy over here is card number 2, very much related back to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very wise, goes internal, uses the lessons from now and from the past to make those important decisions, and, really trust intuition. Very important here in this energy. There could possibly be a little bit of a revelation here as well. Something that you weren't quite expecting. So you might get a little bit of a surprise. All right. Now we do have the Sultan coming up here for you guys. Now this is Aries energy. This is the Emperor. So for one, this can be taking charge of your relationship. You're feeling good. You're feeling grounded, stable. You built a really good, solid foundation. And you might be of the mindset here that no matter what happens in our external world, in our internal world, that we can do anything. We can weather the storm, right? Because we've got that really good base in our relationship. You might even take charge about something, because the Emperor does bring in authority. Put a plan in place, make a strategy, right? And then, move forward with that very decisive energy, but also very wise energy. Okay. So we got a lot of wisdom coming in here. Okay. But it is one of success, right? Using all the life lessons, using the tools, to have a successful resolution and to figure things out. This may represent a person that plays a key role in your relationship. And this person, because the Emperor card quite often does come out as an advice card. So this can be someone around you that can really give you some important advice on some level. Now, it may not necessarily even be relationship advice, because we do have a 10 of coins coming out here as well. So this can be somebody that maybe helps you out with your money. It might be something to do with your home. Maybe it's someone that gives you like some strategic business advice or financial advice there. It may be a family member, because quite often the Emperor card does represent a father figure in your life. Okay, so perhaps, and with the 10 of coins, there is sometimes an inheritance or a handing down of something through generations. So there could be, with Never Ending Story, maybe you are closing out some sort of karmic cycle. You might have an opportunity here to heal some family issues, especially anything from your childhood. Okay. But you may also get a little bit of a break with your home or your money, something there. Some of you may have some disruption in your family in some way, but this, double-edged sword if you're getting an inheritance. Okay, but it does happen sometimes, right? So, again, there might be some, challenging things that go on, but they could actually have a positive impact for you. Okay, so take that with a grain of salt. But let's see what else we've got with the Emperor. We've got the Justice card. So there is your To Be Fair energy. Okay, your Justice card, restoring balance, restoring fairness and equality. But this is where we have a truthful, honest conversation, and we make a decision with the Justice card here. All right. Now the Justice card is we restore that balance, but this can also be where we do have to make a very important decision, or we have a very important conversation with someone. Now it is Libran energy. We are entering Libra season. Okay, 22nd, I believe it is, of September. And this is where we do focus on our relationships. Now, this can represent legalities of all kinds as well. Okay, so perhaps some of you are dealing with some legal situation. Maybe there is a reading of a will or something like that. You could be buying a house with your person, okay, or talking about it. Maybe you're getting some advice here about how to put our finances together, perhaps here in this energy for some of you, especially if you've been burned before, never ending story. Okay, before you blend your money with somebody or buy something with somebody, perhaps there is some legal documentation that you need to deal with, prenuptial agreements, things like that, right? Just so that you protect your assets and someone else's, and you're not gambling on your relationship. It's just that when a relationship turns sour, things can sometimes turn nasty. And it's not about betting that your relationship's going to fail. It's just a little bit of a fail safe, especially if you've got like children or family that could be affected, right? So a prenuptial agreement is actually not an uncommon thing these days. And it's more common than actually what we think. Right. Because, if you think back in the day, like, even 50, 60, 70 years ago, a little bit longer too, is that quite often the breadwinner of the family was one person. Now we have multiple streams of income and things like that. So, and the world has gotten a lot more litigious as well. So you could be dealing with something like that. There could be some wills that are getting read, could be lease agreements that you're entering into, and there could, of course, be marriages that you're entering into here also, right? This can represent that, okay? If any of you are embroiled in any kind of legal battle whatsoever, I do feel here that you are justice is served. So I think you're going to get some resolution with that. We do have the King of Wands here as well. So this can actually be something really exciting for you here in this energy. This can be your relationship moving forward. This can be your relationship getting up to the next level in this energy. And it's exciting. The King of Wands is an energy of success, an energy of confidence. So maybe you're just very confident in the fact that something is going to be resolved for you in this time period, okay, especially if there's any kind of legal things going on or anything like that. But with the King of Wands here, it's very passionate energy, very fiery energy, and this can bring you a little bit of motivation, a little bit more pep in your step. And of course, the fiery energy is wonderful, okay, but sometimes it can get a little bit overheated. So just to be aware of that energy. And of course, this is Aries energy there with the Emperor. But we do have the Tower in reverse. So the Tower in reverse, okay, with the rest of the energies that come out here could be something that was a little bit earth-shattering to you, a little bit shocking to you. It brought in some change. It brought in, an energy of out with the old ways and ushering in the new. And you're dealing with the aftermath here right now with this, okay? The change, the shock, something has already happened, and this is where you are resolving issues. So I do feel like there was perhaps something that went on in a family unit, probably through Venus retrograde, and it could have been like, your parents might have got divorced, and this could have been really shocking because maybe they're older and you're like, why are you getting divorced now? There could have possibly been somebody who has passed. We do have the Ten of Coins can bring inheritances, and the Emperor can represent someone who has been widowed. Okay, so there might be something like that going on there, and you might have like a reading of the will and that kind of thing, as depressing as that sounds, but this may have had some sort of impact on your relationship, right? And a lot of things go on with relationships. They're complicated. So perhaps your person has, if this is you, right, perhaps your person has really been there for you and has lifted you up and helped you through a tough time. You might be the one that's helping your person through something that's been a rough time, right? And it could have been something like losing jobs and financial issues and things like that as well. All right. But I do feel here that for some of you, this is an aftermath of change. Okay. And the dust is settling and you're coming out the other side. But with the Tower in reverse, this can also represent the need to take something in hand and to move forward, because something is something is rather stuck, or you're resisting some change in some way. There's a resistance energy here with this, okay? Now, the Tower is pretty quick moving energy, no matter the way, no matter how you shake it, okay? But you might have some information, because it's quite often a revelation or some information that we get that kind of rocks our boat a little bit. And in this energy, there could possibly be something that has been swept under the rug, or something that's being ignored. And this is where it's going to come to light now. So whether you've been keeping something hidden, or whether someone else has been, you may just have something that is like, whoa, like, holy crap, right? I need to talk about this. I need to get this out in the open. So maybe even a family secret or something like that. Very interesting. Very interesting how the energy is coming out. Okay. But I do feel like there is some very wonderful changes. Remember, the Tower, no matter where it lands, it always brings in sudden unexpected change, or maybe you're expecting something to change with this being reversed. And it's always for our best and highest good. Okay. Always, always, always. So however that pans out for you guys. And again, you might be dealing with the aftermath of things that have gone on in the summer. Okay. And they have not been easy to deal with, but this is where things are settling down for you. Now we've got the 10 of Coins coming in here as well. So of course, like I already said, there might be something passed on to you from generations, something, whether you're, breaking free from some family cycles there, which some of you could be with the never ending story. Okay, and that's what that Tower is about, right? It's your time to break the cycle. The 10 of Coins can represent, some inheritances, or something that comes from your family. Some of you, maybe you inherit the family home or the family business, right? Something in that lines, okay? Or maybe you get some advice that's handed down from family. But the 10 of Coins is an energy of success. It is one where we have abundance, a sense of completion, and we're enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying the fruits of our labor. We're in a good place in this energy. And this is where we have a happy home, happy family. You might have some family get-togethers that come in this energy, and they might be like, they might be like a last-minute thing, but maybe a very overdue thing in that. Some of you might be moving in with your person with the 10 of Coins. Quite often is about your where you live, right, with your home. You might have some changes with who lives with you. Okay, that could happen as well. I know that happened in my family. My mother unexpectedly passed away at the end of July, the day of Venus retrograde. And, now our family home, my sister is actually going to move in with my dad, right? So that does change the family dynamic quite a bit. But, people helping people, right? Supportive family members going on in that energy. So very interesting there. But it is a really positive energy filled with abundance and success and stability and security for the long term. All right. Some of you, yes, are getting married. Okay. We do have the Hierophant coming in here for you. All right. So yes, this can be where you enter into a legal union partnership with a person. Now, whether it's actually being married, or whether in this rebellious energy that we've got coming in, you're going to do something a little bit different than normal. And this is where, sometimes we do need those legal agreements, especially if we don't have a marriage certificate between two people. We need things like powers of attorneys. We still need to fill out, will documentation and things like that. Maybe even, those prenuptial agreements, right? Because, let's face it, as much as not everyone wants to be tied to somebody with a stupid piece of paper issued by the government, as some people view it, it is sometimes very necessary, especially if you have any legal decisions to make or something, or your partner becomes incapacitated. It's very important to have those documents so you don't get yourself in a bind. So whatever your situation is with the Hierophant, you could certainly be entering a higher level of commitment with your person, renewing wedding vows perhaps. But the Hierophant is also where we gain wisdom and insights as well. So you're learning things, you're using your applied knowledge and wisdom, and you're maybe taking things up a notch there with that as well. The Hierophant, I think, is a culmination of something that has been going on for a while, because we do have a Seven of Pentacles and we also have an Eight of Cups. Okay, so there may be something here that you've been waiting for quite some time, and now you're finally getting the movement that you've been waiting for. Okay, maybe someone finally pops the question or something, right? And you're like, oh man, it's about time. Okay, you know, or you know, you finally get a resolution to something here that you've also been waiting for. But the Hierophant can have you breaking tradition or focusing on your values, your family traditions, especially with this 10 of Pentacles here, very family oriented. Okay, so, you know, you might be making some plans for the future. You might be making some wedding plans or something like that. And you might be in this energy where, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles, you're being very patient, but the Eight of Cups, you're like, you know, I can't please everybody. Okay, right? We're just going to have to make sure that we do what we want to do, right? So if you are planning any kind of wedding or anything like that, man, oh man, can that ever be fraught with some challenges, right? Everyone has an opinion, okay? It's like, well, if you didn't pay for it, you don't have an opinion. So you might have a little bit of family issues there if that is you, okay? But we do have the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles does bring a time of harvest and abundance for you. And with the Eight of Cups is a transitional card. You're transitioning from one situation that you're done with into a new one. And of course, you're walking into your wish fulfillment with that one. Okay, so for some of you, you are getting something here that you've been waiting for quite some time, or that you've been working towards for quite some time. And this is the time when something really positive is coming to fruition for you. Okay, long-term relationship, long-term commitment, maybe some financial things are coming into play for you here with this one. All right, but I do think for some of you with this Eight of Cups, there's a no in here somewhere. Okay, or there is something where you just need to cut yourself off emotionally from something and just focus on your goals, okay, and what you want to accomplish, right? Maybe you take a different approach at something here, okay, or you really got to assess your situation and say, okay, you know, again, if you're planning a wedding or something, this is like, okay, I need to take a different approach because I can't please everybody. I can't fulfill everyone's needs. And the Eight of Cups, you need to detach yourself from that. And you need to turn your back and you need to say no, right? And that's not always easy to do, but it's necessary for some of you for your peace of mind. Okay, for what it is that you need to accomplish. All right, but I do feel that there is something transforming here, changing for you. But I feel like it's in a very positive way for yourself. All right, and this can really, you know, put you back on track or help you kind of, you know, restore some peace within your relationship or within your family. The 10 of Staffs is here as well. Okay, so we really do need to have a look at your relationship, at your circumstances, maybe even your family, because the 10 of Staffs shows a burden, shows some stresses, some struggles, some challenges. It's one where you're right there at the finish line. Okay, you're very much done. Okay, so, you know, sometimes our families do put stresses on us, right? So when you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore, something's got to change. And when we do get the 10 of Staffs, it's the 10 of Wands energy. And this is our opportunity to take a step back, all of our planetary retrogrades, to take a step back and assess our situation and say, okay, where am I carrying too much burden? Where do I need to put up boundaries? Whose responsibilities am I taking on that they should really take on, right? And maybe I'm just trying to keep the peace with families, or maybe I'm just trying to, you know, make sure that, you know, I'm taking care of the people that are around me. But in this energy, oof, man, that's a heavy burden to carry all on your own. So again, this Libran energy that's coming out here twice, okay, something has to shift, something has to change. Tower, right? So whether it is putting up some boundaries somewhere, having conversation with someone, or whether you've just been going through a challenging period over the last couple of months probably, and now you're very much at the end of that difficult time and things hopefully are about to get a little bit easier. and they probably are. Okay, we do have the Five of Cups here. Okay, so things have been challenging, things have been difficult. Maybe there's even been some things that have really hurt you deeply. There may have been losses, right? So again, with that inheritance card and stuff, if you have lost a loved one in the last couple of months or so, my sincerest condolences to you. I'm going to cry. My sincerest condolences to you, because it has been a very cruel summer for some people. Okay, so I feel you there with that. Okay, things sometimes just happen all at once. Okay, but there's, how should we say, process your feelings, process your emotions. Don't keep them buried, because there is a turning point here for you. There is a light at the end of that tunnel. So things are challenging. Things may feel dark and dreary right now, but things are about to get better. And it feels like you have some supportive people around you. All right. So let the people support you. Okay. You don't need to carry on this burden all on your own, right? Your person, your partner, right? They may be there for you as well. So if someone offers help, say yes every once in a while, because the Ten of Staffs shows that maybe you don't say yes, right? Maybe you do just keep everything bottled up or keep everything to yourself, right? But, that's not always the healthiest way. Sometimes it's what we're used to. Okay. But in the Five of Cups energy, whatever your situation happens to be, there's been challenges, there's been difficulties, there's been obstacles, but with the Two Cups still standing, we have an opportunity here to turn things around. Sometimes we need to take a step back in order to realign ourselves, our relationships, so we can move forward in a healthier way, right? And retrogrades, people are always afraid when we say planets in retrograde, especially Mercury, right? And people always get afraid of that energy. And we're not necessarily going backwards. Sometimes it feels that way. But it is an opportunity to slow things down. And in that slower energy, we can make some very solid changes or decisions and things that are actually going to stick in a healthier way, because we're not rushing into things. We don't feel chaos, right? We get a chance to process things in a more positive way. So in this Five of Cups, yes, there's challenges, maybe losses, maybe difficulties, maybe you've just been feeling down, but there is an opportunity here to turn this around with those two cups still standing. And the Two of Pentacles also, by the way, shows that there's an imbalance somewhere. Okay. The Two of Pentacles shows that you're strong and you're capable, just like the Ten of Wands. But just because you're strong and capable of juggling a million things on your plate, it's not sustainable for the long term. So there is a need here. There is a reminder to find some sort of balance, right? Where can you delegate authority and responsibility? Are you, if you're living with your person, right? You've got a family around you, maybe even, are you the one doing all of the chores, all the decision making? Are they just skating on by and enjoying all the good stuff while you're, filled with all this tiring, heavy energy, right? So it's time for something to change there. Balance, balance, balance is a very big theme for you guys in this time period, okay? But the Two of Pentacles also shows an energy of weighing up your options, trying to make a decision, okay? Yes, no, should I, shouldn't I, so whatever decisions that you're trying to make, being open, adaptable, and flexible may be your key to making the right decision for yourself, also trusting your intuition. But we do have something very positive for you. We've got the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, yes, there's some love and romance here for you, maybe even a proposal. The Knight of Cups is very much known for bringing in those proposals or expressions of love and romance. Someone offering an olive branch, right? Forgiveness and healing can sometimes come in with the Knight of Cups as well, but this is an energy of moving forward in a very positive direction, okay? Knowing what you want and, hey, maybe someone is popping the question with that Knight of Cups, that Two of Pentacles there, and, it's like, oh my goodness, do I say yes? Do I say no? What is this going to look like? I don't know. What does your intuition tell you? Remember, that's yin energy, receive, 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 okay? And the important decisions that are coming in with this Libran energy. So I do feel the Knight of Cups, that someone is coming in with some sort of an offer, some gifts perhaps maybe headed your way, maybe some flowers if you're feeling down, right? That might be it. Some offer to help if you're feeling overwhelmed or burdened. And this is a very loving, very caring, and very supportive energy. But it might be, you know, again, something that might be a little bit of a life-changing decision that you're making with that. We've got the Two of Cups coming here for you, and the Two of Cups can represent balance and harmony restored in a relationship. Beautiful energy. This is true love. This is soulmate energy coming in here for you, and it's beautiful, right? Sitting together with your person, enjoying your time, enjoying your moment. It's like we've been through some challenges, we've been through some ups and downs, but here we are. We've got things back on track. So the status quo in our relationship is restored, and perhaps this is where we have a little bit of a happily ever after moment, if we do say. Okay, you've got some anxieties, some fears, some worries, overthinking, overanalyzing. This is a self-imposed restriction there with that Nine of Swords. Okay, and I feel like you're going to overcome your fears and worries and doubts and anxieties with the Six of Wands. This has you overcoming challenges and riding high, feeling more confident, and possibly for some of you, having your moment in the sun, right? This quite often, the Six of Wands quite often does put you in the spotlight, all eyes on you, and usually in a public gathering. So again, yes, I think some of you are, you know, having a higher level of commitment come in here. You're getting proposed to, or you're planning a wedding, something, okay, something very positive for you. And here you are enjoying your moment, because the Six of Wands, we have success under our belt there with that, and we're moving forward in a wonderful way, and a lot of excitement there in the future. All right, so it's a wonderful energy there, and we like when we accomplish something, right? When we feel like we've gotten things back on track. Okay, so it's not without its ups and downs here, but I think we're heading in the right direction. And we've got the Three of Wands coming here as well. You're planning your future and you're ready to move forward. Done, right? This is where we've removed obstacles. We're feeling good. We're feeling better about our situation, and we know what we want. Okay, we've got a plan, and we're ready to move forward with it. So it's very exciting kind of energy coming in there. Some of you may go on a trip with your person. Maybe you're planning a honeymoon or a little romantic getaway. Okay, and hey, with the Ten of Wands showing up here, you need a break. You need a vacation. And so again, with that Knight of Cups, maybe someone comes in with a very, your person comes in with a kind offer, a gesture to take you away for a few days on a romantic getaway, or just something maybe even fun. And this is, you know, really kind of reviving your relationship and reviving your energy at the same time. All right. But love having this, because this is really opening up your future. And whenever, of course, we see the blue or the yellow, very, very positive energies. Okay. So I think you're going to overcome something, and you're going to move forward. Love this energy. Very positive. Okay, so don't give up. All right, so let's grab your final messages here. We have surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. That Nine of Swords energy there, right? We do sometimes get all up in our heads about something, and this is where we kind of get stuck, right? We go around in circles, never ending story. Okay, so surrender to your fire, to your passion. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you, bring you clarity, or even solve the problem. Okay, ask for help. And final message, surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try and forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life, right? Very important. Not everyone is always going to live up to our expectations, okay? And sometimes we think that people should know exactly what we want, what we desire, what we're thinking, what we're feeling. And in actual fact, people often don't. Not everyone is a mind reader, all right? So, you know, don't resent someone for something that they might not even know. Communication is the key. I'll leave all that there for you guys. I hope there was something here that resonated with you on some level. If there was, please like, share, subscribe. Throw a comment in the box down below. Say hello. Where are you watching from? What's going on? But I thank you guys so very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic month and a half ahead, and I will see you guys later. Bye.